Before I begin the weekly wrap up, I want to make sure to invite you to something happening in Anchorage. I can't wait to come home on Saturday, March 9th. Join me at Golden Donuts. That's at the corner of Lake Otis and Tudor. Join me there from 10:30 till noon, and that's for anyone who wants to pop in. I'm happy to spring for your coffee and a donut. And also, there's going to be an Anchorage-wide delegation town hall. That's happening from 2 to 4, and that will be at the Lucy Cuddy Hall. It's actually called the Cuddy Hall at UAA. Again, that's 2 to 4 this Saturday. I sure hope to see many of you there. Come and tell us what you're thinking about any topic that's on your mind. This is a time for us to be listening to you as we do our work down here in Juneau. And now for the weekly wrap-up. Hi friends, and welcome to this week's weekly wrap-up. I want to give you a few highlights of what's gone on in the Capitol this week. First of all, HJR 20, and that is a joint resolution passed by the House that really speaks to what's going on in NPR, essentially. What was the concern is that there is not the proper tribal consultation. So this resolution says to the government, make sure you do that. Secondly, the finance subcommittees have been meeting and they're closing out. And what that means is that there have been individual departmental subcommittees looking at each subject matter, and then they'll be bringing it to us in finance and giving their recommendations. That should be happening this week, which is important so that we can close out that budget and get it to the floor. Remember, that's our main job, to make sure we do the proper vetting of all dollars that are being spent on our public services. And then we also had a visit by Mary Peltola. Fantastic to see our U.S. representative come by, and she gave a lovely speech, and that we'll make sure to put in the link so that you can hear it yourself. And then another bill passed that's really important to many of my constituents. It's about childcare. That's HB 89. Thanks to Julie Colomb for sponsoring, and then also very much big thank you to Jenny Armstrong. I also co-sponsored that, and I think it's an important bill for many employees who are trying to get childcare, and this helps for those corporations who are paying taxes. They get tax credits to put it toward their employee childcare. And then there also is expanding childcare in other ways. So grateful for that as a first start. Next is another good bill that passed out of the House, HB 148. And that is about our scholarships for university students. This is great. Hopefully we'll be able to keep more students in Alaska. It offers more dollars per scholarship for each level. And then it also is offering more scholarships to more students. So we're happy to see that eligibility get expanded. Now these three pieces, HJR 20, 89, and 148, will next go to the Senate and hopefully get passed there and then go to the governor. And hopefully he'll sign it into law. And lastly, speaking of signing into law, I want to cover SB 140, which is that big education bill that everybody knows about. That was with the 680 increase of BSA dollars. And remember that most of all of the school boards and also superintendents have asked for 1413, but a modest 680 was passed along with other things related to transportation and things related to charter schools. But apparently the governor is not pleased with it. So our understanding is he may veto. So if I were to read the tea leaves, I would say that all of you and all of us need to be prepared. If we care for seeing that passed, we need to be ready for a double override. And what that's going to look like is the governor likely will override soon, veto soon, and that allows, we'll need to have 40 votes to override, which we had when it passed, and we hope that that support stays in. We'll see what happens there, but that will take 40 votes. And then once the budget is passed, the governor has another opportunity to line item veto any appropriation. And at that point, we will need 45 votes to override. So that also takes us into after session perhaps, and I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. But if it does, it does. And I want to prepare you for that. It's certainly important, I think, that we do the best we can for predictable, adequate funding for public education. So that's about it for the week. If you have any questions, though, feel free to call my office. My office number is 907-465-3875. Thanks much and have a great week.